Diamonds. We all love diamonds, right? We like giving them to people we love, but there's one thing I love more than diamonds. It's ruining the economy. So today, we are going to ruin the economy around diamonds by generating infinite diamonds. I did not mean to come up here. Sometimes I hate that elevator. I have found a way to finally start getting infinite diamonds, and it starts with BBL strainers. And I'm pretty sure I touched this mod a little bit back in Stoneopolis. And fortunately, it does look like it's gonna be about the same. All I should need to get is to just make one of these strainers, which just takes some wooden mesh and some logs. The question is, can I make this wooden mesh with skyroot sticks? It does look like I can, but it didn't seem to want to let me. Yeah, it says skyroot. Oh, it can be skyroot on the outside, but the inside needs to be actual sticks. So we can just go ahead and send these into here. And there we go. We got ourselves our wooden mesh. Oh, and they don't stack, do they? Okay, well, that's fine. I only need 2 of them, as one of these guys is gonna go into making the strainer. But no, I have logs. No, I have logs. Why won't it let me? But, oh, I don't have enough logs. that a simple reasoning for my simple mind. There we go. Now we've gotten ourselves the strainer. So, all we would need to go ahead and do with this baby is we can go ahead and take this over into this room, this big room, which is gonna have big purposes. We can go ahead and take this guy right here, and it should be fine. Oh, interesting, there's a tank. So this might not work in the way I was thinking it would. See, what I was thinking was simply, oh, I can't do that from there. Okay, I was thinking we just put a block here and then surround it like this. And then we would break the inside block, and yeah, I can see the mesh from there, and then we would put the water here. And that's how I thought this thing was gonna work, but perhaps it won't work in such a simple way. Very interesting. I'll have to look into that. Because of the tank, it makes me think that maybe I am gonna need to start piping water into it. Yeah, I think we'll need to do that then. Okay, that's fine. So how much would it be for a sink, and is this the one that has infinite water? It looks like this might be the one that has infinite water. Also, I apparently found out next to the sink, there's the chicken sink, which it's like the kitchen sink, but it's chicken. I don't know what it does, but I find this hilarious. But for us to make the normal sink, it's not hard. We just need some terracotta, our bucket of water, and 3 iron, and that should get us our nice, fine, infinite source of water, if this is indeed that version of this. So let us go ahead then, head back over to here, and see if we can work with it like that. If we can, and I can pipe this in like this, we should be fine. So, oh yeah, baby, look at all that water. Oh yeah, okay, so I should just be able to right-click this, and then we can just not right-click this into here? Maybe I need to just pipe it in. Okay, well, let's see then. Do I have any fluid pipe options? Let's go ahead and see. There is the pipes mod, and it's pretty cheap. Okay, let's go for that. Alrighty, so everything for the fluid pipe is very easy. Just need 2 buckets, 6 iron, and a redstone dust. So then we can go ahead and just slap this guy here, but water's still not going in. That's because we need a pipe wrench if we want this to work. I believe one of the easiest ones for me to get right now is just to make it out of iron. So let's see, does this work? This block cannot be configured. Okay, let's see if the integrated dynamics wrench will work with this, because I mean, I am gonna need to get into that soon anyways. Yeah, there we go. I don't like that. That looks silly. Like, okay, so now we know that it works. That is good, but that looks a little silly to me. Okay, I guess that's what we're gonna work with. So there we go, now we got that. But you might be wondering, why did I take the wooden mesh out? Because for diamond ore pieces, we're gonna need gold mesh. For us to get gold mesh, it's just gonna be along a small line of things. That begs the question of if I have enough gold. It doesn't look like I'm gonna have enough gold, so that means I just need to go to the nether and grab some more gold. Iron, I know I'm gonna have enough of. We need iron mesh to get the gold mesh. For that, we need copper. I definitely got enough of that. Flint, I don't think I have that much flint. I can put gravel into the pulverizer and solve that problem though, so yeah, it should be easy. Oh, hey, here we go. We just throw that right in here and yeah. All right, should have everything now. So first, we make the flint, then the copper, then not the gold, the iron, and then the gold. Don't get ahead of me, you stupid head. So now all we need to do is just put the mesh there, and then I believe after that, we just need to put in some gravel. So let's just go ahead and throw this into here. It doesn't look like it should take long. I'm gonna really quickly, let's turn off the fire noises really quickly, because that's starting to get that's a little more than I thought I was gonna get. Wait, is this a chance thing? A 75% chance, additional 15% chance per level above the minimum mesh tier. So that's still really good odds. Oh, we're so ruining the economy with this. Dude, we're gonna get a whole thing. This is definitely gonna make my plans for next episode even more useful, isn't this? Because next episode, we're not ending it here yet. I still need to be able to automate the gravel, you know. We want this thing to be completely automatic. But I'm going to be making a storage system coming up soon. This is going to make that all the more viable for me to have all this stuff going in and being automatically crafted and stuff like that. That is awesome. Okay, so now what we would do is we would just take this and then we would turn it into diamond ore, which we could either smelt or just simply break it with a pickaxe and bam. We got a diamond. Wasn't there something else I could do to increase this? Yeah, I could stick it in the pulverizer. So there we go. We got ourselves our basic automation of apparently a lot of different things. I don't think I need sand for anything though. So we'll be able to discard that. Is the trash cans mod in this? There doesn't appear to be a trash can. So we'll have to find some other way to discard that. That's fine. And it does look like the gold mesh has a durability to it. So that actually is pretty good for all of this, because that means I'm still getting stuff while being able to replenish this guy by the time it's over. I can work with that. That's pretty good. Okay, but now that we've gotten this, that then begs the question, how are we gonna automate the gravel? Well, for us to be able to get gravel, that's suspicious gravel. We need normal gravel. For us to be able to get gravel, we got a couple of ways that we can do it, but most of it involves some way of crushing cobblestone. For us to get cobblestone, that comes a little bit more complicated because cobblestone generators aren't that easy for me to automate. Except they might just be with a new mod I have never touched before. A mod called Deep Null Reforged. This is appearing to be a sort of storage mod for me to work with, and I need a stone generator. So it should hopefully work out just well enough, but it did take a lot of blocks of coal. I was mining for a little while. Now for me to start this, it is a little bit convoluted, so we're gonna try to be as simple with this as I possibly can, and I don't know how much that is. So firstly, we need to get ourselves some blue stained glass. I don't know why, but these things operate in different tiers, and each of those tiers involve different materials and different colored glasses. So we're just gonna need to go ahead and mix our blue stained glass with 4 blocks of coal and 4 lapis to get ourselves a lapis deep null panel. With this deep null panel, we can go ahead and combine it with some planks and some iron blocks. So now with all that combined, we can go ahead and make ourselves our null workbench. We can just go ahead and put this right here. The reason why I want to make this is because this will actually lessen the amount of things that I'm gonna need for this to work. So it should hopefully be just fine. We got another blue dye. I mean, I already have the blue stained glass, so this is a little bit of the waste. But it's fine. Okay, so then for us to be able to make ourselves even more of these guys in this, we're gonna need 10 blocks of coal, just 1 pane glass, and then 16 lapis. Do I have that? I have exactly that. Oh, so then let's just go ahead and throw all of this into here. And yes, it doesn't use power. This should then get us our lapis deep null panels. Now, if we wanted to combine all 5 of these together just normally, we could then get ourselves a deep null. But we don't actually want a deep null, we want a damp null. A damp null is like a deep null, but it holds fluids. For us to get this, we just need 4 buckets of fluid and a bucket upgrade, which is another 4 buckets and more iron. Oh, it's so much iron. But then all of this will be combined with just 1 iron, 4 more blocks of coal, and some redstone. So we can just go ahead and combine this. This gives me 8 upgrade cores, so I am good on those for a little while. And then we can go ahead and just make ourselves our bucket upgrade, which means we should be able to just go ahead and combine all of this together with some more iron, it looks like. No. Was this what I needed the buckets for? I'm mixing up my recipes. Yes, there we go. Now we've got ourselves our damp null. But now that we got ourselves the damp null, we need to turn this into a cobblestone generator. This isn't too bad. I already have pretty much everything. The only two things left I need is a bucket of lava and a bucket of water. Alrighty, so now I've got both of those, so we can go and make ourselves our stone generator. Generates a selected stone variant when water and lava are present. Carries output routes compatible deep nulls. So now I should just be able to take this thing over here. Now, I am a little bit concerned at the possibility that can't put it down. I anticipated this. I need a deep null docking station. That's just some emerald, some redstone, and obsidian. That's not a problem. Okay, so let's go ahead and make ourselves our docking station. And then if I put this here, and then we put the damp null in here, I should be able to access this. Yes, I can. Okay, now here's the question. There's the upgrade slot. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I can select one of these stones. Cobblestone is the one we want, so we can go ahead and just put that there. So then it looks like after that, I just need to get lava and water in here. Fortunately, I got a water source right here, so let's see. Can I just bucket these in? Okay, yes, I can. And it does have cobblestone in it. So now I just need a way to get the cobblestone out of here. I can't just pump it directly into here. That's not gonna work. We need a way to now crush the cobblestone. Okay. This is the part that I was not as certain about, because there's several ways that I can crush this into our gravel, but they all sort of involve power, and I don't know which of them would be the easiest. Not the sag mill. That one's out of the question already. So in that light, I think we're gonna go with this crusher.
5 minutes later.
Alrighty, so I've got almost everything I should need for this. The last thing I need is just to make these copper plates, which I just make with this new hammer that I made, which is way cheaper than the other hammer I needed, because now I needed 2 of them to make the plates beforehand. Whereas with this guy, I only need 1. So now we can go ahead and just make these final plate right here, and then we can combine everything to make ourselves the crusher. We're also gonna go ahead and want to grab ourselves some item pipes. That way we can actually take out the cobblestone. At least I hope that it'll work with that, and I don't need a deep null, because it did say it would output it into deep null. So we're just gonna have to hope that we don't need it to do that. So let's just go ahead and put this here, place this here, and then we can just go ahead and pipe this out into here. And yes, there we go. We are getting that there. All that remains is to, well, A, put another item pipe here, so that way we can then start outputting it to there. But also, we're gonna need to grab ourselves some power. Now, I do already have a power source that I made a couple episodes ago, so we're gonna go ahead and swipe that. I don't know if I want to move the pulverizer over here yet, though, because I feel like I'm gonna need some better ways to start generating stuff to be able to get everything into the pulverizer, because it is gonna be necessary for some of the other things. I just don't know if I want to necessarily do that. So let's just go ahead and place this guy here. Oh, we don't want that. Oh, we don't want that. Oh. Wait, was this thing automatically outputting the... Oh. Interesting. So this will automatically push that into here as well. In that light then, let's take a different approach. We're gonna go ahead and put this on top. That way it's not connecting, and we're still getting our cobble here. So is this still going over? Interesting. It doesn't look like it is or isn't. I don't know how to feel about that. Well, if we go ahead and remove, now I'm uncertain. Go ahead and reconfigure this. I genuinely don't know if this is working or not. It's still got the water and lava in, so it should still be making cobble. But if I go ahead and remove this, I honestly don't know if this is truly working or not, but it looks like it might be. But here we go. We've gotten everything in here sorted out. We've got our diamonds mostly automated. All that would really be left would be to try to see if there's a way to auto compress these things, which there could be. Probably in more deep null. Okay, if there's like a compression thing in deep null, like, oh my gosh, there is a basic compressing upgrade. Automatically crafts incoming items with matching self 2x2 recipes with the compressed result, when the compressed result is already stored. It would take another deep null, which I can craft it's not hard now, because I do have everything here, so... You know what? Why not? Let's go ahead and see if we can make another one of these bad boys. So for this one, I'm actually going to do something a bit different. I'm going to go ahead and then make myself the diamond level one, which should be the second to final one, just because of A, how much easier it is for me to get this at this time, but also it should allow me to store more of this stuff if this does work. Because yeah, 3,200 items per slot. That is insane. So then we're also just going to need to go ahead and make ourselves our basic compression upgrade. And then that should be good for us. If we just go ahead and head back over here, I already made another deep null docking station I learned from the last time. We can just go ahead and then place this guy. Do I want to do it like this? I could totally do it like this. We're going to do it like this. We're going to go ahead and remove that. That way this isn't putting things in weird ways. Then we can go ahead and put our docking station here and then add our compression upgrade. There we go. So now if I go ahead and start taking the stuff out of here, it should start crafting them into it. Also, I just put a pipe somewhere and I don't know where I put it. Okay, well, it doesn't look like it did, but also it doesn't look like this is working. I mean, at least this acts as a good storage, but also this should be working. Well, I guess this is just what we're gonna have to work with then. So I'll see if there's a better way for me to work with this soon. It does look like, though, that this guy is also having problems whenever I have this thing connected. Because when I unconnect it, now it's suddenly working. When I reconnect it, it stops working.
Eventually.
Hey, Future Cookie here. So I figured out what I needed to do to fix all of this. So ignore this. This is for a later video that came in process. After all, this is Future Cookie here. So all I needed to do to fix the cobblestone generation was just move the crusher back to connect to this. Because for some reason, it would recognize blocks next to it, which I saw earlier with the generator, but I didn't think to move this thing back to save on the pipe. But that's where it got weird, because it would stop generating when the pipe was there. So I still don't know what moved. So I just put this back here so that way it started making all that go over. And then as for this thing's compression, I just changed it out with a sophisticated storage chest and used their compacting upgrade, because that did work. Yeah, it was actually a very simple fix. And the sad thing is, this guy's cheaper. I'm a little mad, but you know, that's what has to happen. So yeah, very simple fix that just needed to be done here. And here we go. We got ourselves our whole setup. So did you like this video? Good. Then be sure to check out our last All the Mods 11 video where we fought the boss of the Aether. Bye-bye.